fucking control.
Good evening, everybody. Hello to everybody. Hello to Duco. Hello to Blake. Hello to the dogs in the background. They're partying. It's another Tuesday night, and we're glad that you're here for the Watch Hangout. And I think we got an interesting topic to talk about this evening. What if you were starting for the first time watch collecting, but you knew everything you know now? If you were not only starting over, but starting, what would you use that knowledge, and how would you go about your collecting? So we have Jen joining us as well. Howdy, Jen. How are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
We sure can. How are you?
Okay.
Hey.
Good. Sorry I'm late.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
No problem at all. So we were saying that tonight's topic is if you had all the knowledge you have now, but you were starting watch collecting for the first time, how would you use that knowledge to shape and mold your collection? I think this will be helpful for folks that are thinking about getting started. And, we can pass along the stupid stuff we did and how we would correct ourselves if we were starting over or
It's like
starting for the first time.
It's like watching The Dark Knight again while knowing the ending.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the way I see
It's
it.
true.
Perfect. So let's say hello to the folks who are in here. Mitch Halprin, thank you very much. I'm early for a change. Don't tell anyone. We won't, except you did. DP upvote and JC upvote. We certainly would like your upvotes this evening. I don't think we have an unboxing tonight, but we'd still like as many upvotes as possible. Stefan, hello from Germany. Thank you so much for either staying up late or waking up super early. We thank you very much. The Watch Lounge is here. What's up, gents? Wearing the Seiko SNK, the new one. Really liking it. They're great watches. They really are. So Duco, of course, is here. I've upvoted for Free World Hugs. Duco, anytime you want a hug, I'm here for you. Oh, come here, Duco. We have our first super chat of the evening from your friend Mikey, $2. Nuck if you buck. What's up, everyone? Is that what he's talking about? Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm just making shit up, honestly.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I don't know either.
I think we need to hold everything until we talk about what Jen is showing here. Well, we talked about that last week, but we'll certainly let her tell us again about that watch that she has there. It's very cool looking.
This is my fossil skeletonized automatic. So I just have it running as a placeholder for my face. So yeah, you can see the back of it. I thought it'd be fun to watch, but it is not my watch of the day. So
well, we will get to that, see what's on everybody's wrist. First of all, I know what's on your wrist, Duco, but show us anyway.
Oh, I thought it was Explorer.
Oh, dang.
You know what? I thought it was the Explorer too.
It is the Explorer, but
there you go.
No,
trying to convince people that you're doing something different. Huh?
Rolex 16700 GMT Master 1, 1999.
Over here flexing on us.
No, I haven't said it. I don't wear it as much anymore. It's kind of, I feel like it's kind of delicate, if I'm being honest.
You just tell people you wear it. That's okay, Duco.
I wear it a little bit, but it's so sentimental that I just don't want to break it.
That's because the Explorer's been tattooed to your wrist.
Yeah.
Mr. Blake, what's on the wrist this evening?
I am wearing my newly unboxed Doxa Sub 3 up. I need to unblur.
Blur.
My newly acquired Doxa Sub 300T, and I Wanted to try something different. They sell it on orange rubber, but I put it on black rubber.
You know, I kind of like the black rubber. It makes
It
the orange dial stand out, I think, even more.
it makes it a
Yeah.
little bit more subtle, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
If
yeah.
it had orange stitching down the sides, that would be chef's kiss.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Just
maybe
a little bit of orange on the stitching on the sides would be perfect.
it's just a little hunk of rubber.
Yep.
No stitching.
In the summer, it
but-
would be good with a white band.
You know,
It would
that'd
look
be
Ooh.
super
cool.
fly with the white.
Yeah, it would.
They have a little Doxa logo there. Like, just put that in orange.
Yeah,
that'd
that
be
wouldn't be
cool
so
too.
bad. Yeah.
Super subtle.
Yeah.
Miss Jen,
yeah.
what do you have on the wrist today?
Today I have my Horus.
Nomos. Nope. Horse. Purple.
Not Horus.
The purple.
Beautiful.
I think
Yep,
that
the
may have
purple
been.
nurple.
I think that may have been everybody's favorite watch from your collection review last week.
Yeah. It's a good
LSU,
one.
baby. LSU. Go Tigers.
I'm sorry.
LSU. That is LSU. Gen G.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I think Jen's got a problem on it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Either.
go blue. Just saying.
Uh-oh. And I've got on the Longines
Ooh.
Conquest, and that's going to come in to my discussion because this is the Conquest Quartz. And so you'll figure out how that fits into everything this evening. But I wore it just because of that.
Nice.
So let's go back and see who else has joined us. We have George Varghese. Uh-oh. Go Tigers.
That's
There you
right,
go.
my boy George. He's an LSU fan.
And we got Brother Clint.
Yeah, I'm
Howdy,
a Tech
ladies
fan.
and gents. Brother, thank you so much for being here. See, I think we've got everybody so far. So who wants to start with this? And I mean, Blake, it was your idea. Would you like to get us started tonight?
I guess I'll give my my best piece of advice to my previous self or future self or whatever you want to, however you want to relay it. I've noticed, and I have a lot of watches. I'm sure you guys know that, but I fall victim to the deal. So like I go in, I'm looking at a watch just for fun, and then next thing you know, the sales advisor is like, "Oh, like I'll give you X off of this or the X off of that or whatever, like just to close the deal." And I'm like, "Well, shit, that is a good deal." And then I think like, okay, like, so I fall victim to the deal, and I have, I guess in my mind, you think more, it puts you on your forward foot and you start thinking about the moment, right? Like you forget about all your watches you have at home. You only think about the watch you have on your wrist and the deal at hand. And yeah, so there will always be another watch and another deal, another great deal out there. So I wish I could tell myself that 5 years back or 6 years or 7 years. I don't even know how long I've been collecting now, but I wish I could just tell myself like, there will be a watch, there will be another deal. Right.
Yeah.
And then not get caught up in the moment. Right. Because you look at the watches and you only think about what's on your wrist. Right. You don't think about the Submariner at the house or the GMT Master 2 or whatever, you know what I mean? So you don't think about those. So at least I didn't. So yeah, that's my rule. But then I'll talk about my selections later.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us tonight, Jefferson Exotic, and also thank you, Pocket Watch Time. How you doing, man? We're glad you're here. Duco, what do you think?
I have a little different experience only because I live in the middle of nowhere, so I don't have the luxury or the temptation of the deal because I don't have any watch dealers near me. For me, the only dealer is a Rolex AD, and that's an hour and a half if I've speed away from me. And they never have watches, so I don't get any deals. So every single watch I've bought was either at that AD, which is not a lot, or online. So for me, my biggest mistakes were settling for watches to replace something I really wanted. That when I
Mm.
first started collecting, that was my biggest downfall was like, okay, I've saved up enough money outside of my normal expenses and I'm going to buy this one thing. But what I really want is this other thing that requires me to be more patient. But this is pretty close to it. And then you buy it and then you go, okay, well, this doesn't actually scratch the itch. And then you try to sell it and you go, oh, crap. This is not going to,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to lose. It's loss after loss after loss if you get into that cycle. So that's what I would tell myself is if you decide you want to watch and it's the watch you really want, just wait, save up, work harder,
Mm.
eat ramen noodles if you have to get that watch. Don't
You-
settle.
You bring me to a good question, and we're all going to have different answers.
Mhm.
But as a collector, where is the water spilling over the glass where you say, hey, this is something that I like and this is something that I want? Like, where does it cross over for you or the rest of the panel, of course?
You guys want to answer that?
I think
You-
for me, it's a gut instinct. Like, if my first instinct when I see that is, holy crap, I got to have that. Like, not even thinking about it. It just comes out of my mouth. Then it becomes maybe I should look at getting this. It's not this like, oh, I've seen this here and there and I like it, but I'm not really, you're on the fence about it a little bit, or I could wait or whatever. That's where I'm just like, yeah, no.
Fair enough.
Yep. Robert?
Yeah, and I'm just my biggest problem is I love the dopamine hit of opening something.
my
Feel-
Right in the
That
neck.
is- yeah,
My-
that's
my friend was texting me and he was like, hey, I'm getting ready to buy a Pelagos. I was like, dude, just let me come with you so I can get that secondhand dopamine.
Just the
Yeah.
sniff. Let me
Yeah.
just sniff. Yeah.
Just let me see you take that tag off and them stickers.
yeah.
Pelagos is a
Or-
beautiful watch.
Better yet, let me take it off for you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
and
No, those are
Like,
fighting words. If
try
I'm
it
buying,
on and then run like hell with
if
it.
I'm buying this watch, I'm taking these dang stickers off that they'll let me take off.
I think I've had that dopamine hit so many times that I'm just like, so when I bought my my Young Hans pretty recently, like 3 weeks ago, my friend was like unboxing it and then he was like, can I wear this? And I was like, yeah, go ahead. Like, I don't care. Like he got a chance to wear the watch before I did, and he took all the stickers off the watch before I did.
Oh,
Wow.
I don't even really care. Like, it makes no
Yeah.
difference to me, but
You should just like walk into the AD and be like, can you fake sell me something just so I can get that hit? And then I'll leave. I'll leave you alone.
Well-
like, it'll take 20 minutes.
well, Jen, that's the reason why I'm trying to piggyback off my friends' accomplishments at this point, right? Their purchases.
But see, the best way to do that, my best friend uttered this phrase to me, and I was like, I'm in heaven. I don't know what to buy. Can you come with me and help me spend my money? I
Oh.
said, yes, I will. And I've done it like a couple times for her. Because she's like, I kind of know what I want, but I'm not really sure. I need help deciding. And I'm just like, it's not an interest that I have. So I have no bias really on, it's more logic in that respect. So I can kind of be clear headed about it. Best. You get to like get that dopamine hit. You get to spend the money and it's not even yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself talking her into watches that you like, or do you just say, "Oh no, just buy what you like"? Like the
No, it was music equipment that she was looking at one
okay.
point.
Ah,
And we
very
walked
cool.
into we walked into Guitar Center because we lived in Nashville. And I was like, "Are you sure you want me to do this?" He's like, "You better be careful because I will help you."
was it a guitar or was it something else?
No, it was a keyboard. It was like a legit like
So it is a musical instrument, it's something that
Yeah.
is very personalized to
yeah.
that person. So
But that's
Yeah.
good. Bringing somebody that's logical about something that doesn't have an emotional necessarily
Attachment, yeah.
attachment
Yep.
is good, because everybody knows, like, when you get emotional about an object, you can make dumb
Yeah.
decisions,
Mhm.
rash decisions.
Yeah.
I make
That's good.
them every
Smart
day.
move. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Every
mean,
week.
it was like me early in the pandemic when I decided, oh, I'm going to play bass again. I have a perfectly good bass, had one, still have it. And then I added 8 more.
Oh,
We see them
Jesus.
behind you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
And a
know.
new amp, which you don't see, but
Yeah.
it's directly behind me. And it's, it's just pitiful. I added a 100-watt amp. I can't even play in the apartment because it would shake all the apartments. So I have to play the 100-watt beautiful amp on headphones. I
Oh my
mean, how
gosh.
stupid am I that I go spend all of this money on stuff that I'm not using? And the same could be said for some watches too.
Yeah.
I
Let
mean,
me
take
let
the
me first of all get the super chat, $5 from No Biggie Sal. Hello. I would tell my naive self to not collect. One and done and never look back.
I
That's
like
certainly
that.
something to think of. And I was one and done for years.
Me too.
Years. And then the pandemic hit and I started collecting guitars and watches. What the hell is wrong
Yeah.
with me?
I think that happened to a lot of people. Like, I was one and done in 2016. I bought my first Rolex. You've heard me tell this story a million times. I bought the the triple black GMT
Yeah.
from the AD, got it at a discount. Like, they were like, please buy this watch. It was between that watch and the Hulk. And I'm like, this is the ugliest watch I've ever seen in my life. Do not sell me that. I want that one. And I bought it. And then the pandemic hit, and it was like, I need all the watches.
Mhm.
All of them.
I don't really know how I got here.
You clicked on the StreamYard link, and
No, I meant as a watch collector. Like, I don't know where my one and done turned into a collection and then turned into like an obsessively unhealthy amount of watches.
Yeah. $5 super chat from the Watch Lounge. Shameless plug. Head over to Watch Gauge for that itch. All right. I haven't ever been there before. I'll have to go check it out. Thank you very much. We welcome Trap in, and we also welcome Nate in. How are you guys doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. We haven't gotten to you, Jen. What would be kind of your first bit of advice to yourself if you were starting from scratch, from zero, with the knowledge you have now?
One thing that I've recently just kind of come across this, but honestly, there is really no reason to buy a watch brand new. Why should you take the hit?
Bam.
There
it is.
There are plenty of like new watches on the secondary market. You can find what you want. You don't have to play an AD game. A lot of times they're going to be at retail or below, depending on what you're looking for. And you can get what you want. Like, you can get stuff you didn't think you could get. Like, you can get all those special editions that you liked. You know, if you want to, splurge or whatever, the ones that were hard to get, you can get that MBNF members Mad one that you weren't supposed to have, but you have it now, But yeah, like, there really is no reason to buy brand new. It doesn't make much sense.
I have a few rules around buying new, and this might be a small pushback, but if and I remember, and I'm probably gonna never hear the end of this, but me and my friend who started watch collecting together, also the same guy that I started Lonely Wrist together, but we got into watch collecting together, and we were both working like nearly a minimum wage jobs at the exact same job. And so all we would do every day is look at watches online. Like, we weren't doing shit. We weren't working. We were just waiting for people to come into the store and talk to us. So we look at watches like 24/7. And I was obsessed with Panerai, like just obsessed with Panerai.
Everybody went through that phase. Yeah.
Yeah. and at the time, I wish I could afford. At the time, I wish I could have afforded a Panerai, and so I got a bunch of homages, right? And it never like filled the void of having a true Panerai, right? And then it just seems like collecting, like to get that satisfaction, became like the chase, right? Like the dopamine we were talking about. I don't know. I don't know, Nate. I really do not know. I think as I learn from all of you and learn from everybody on the panel and the commenters and the punters and everybody, like I think we all have an answer to that. Like I think when I talk about JJ, when I look at JJ and the way that he collects watches, I think he has a very healthy mentality about it. He's like, hey, this is my box, and whatever doesn't fit in my box is not one of my watches. You know, with some few exceptions, and those end up on JJSW. But I think
he's
that's
not
a very
perfect. He's not perfect.
Yeah, but I think that's a very healthy way of looking at it. Setting a limitation, right? Because I don't know. I mean, Duco, I think you have limitations. I'm not sure about you, Jen.
Sure.
Robert, I know you probably don't.
I do now.
Okay, there you go.
I've changed my philosophy of collecting.
Yeah.
And we'll go into that a little bit later. But thank you, Nate, for the $2 super chat. We appreciate it. $9.99 or $10 from Mitch Halpern. We thank you for that. When a piece grabs me, I immediately start calculating how I can afford it, me too, and how it would fit in my collection. If I can afford it, I will succumb to buying a substitute. Or if I can't afford it, I will succumb to buying a substitute. Not good. Exactly.
Mistake.
It happens to all of us.
It does.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I didn't do that, and I bought during the height of COVID, when I bought the green Submariner, not the Hulk, but the Sermit.
Right.
I bought it at $20,000. $20,000 for a sub.
Did your wife come behind you and smack you in the back of the head?
No, she was like, okay. I mean,
you can buy mine for 20K right now.
No. I wore it for like a month, and I'm like, what am I doing? Luckily, I got out of it pretty much at the same thing. But then, so yeah, like even if you buy it and you can't afford it, sometimes that's not good either. I don't know. I just feel guilty sometimes if I spend that kind of money.
Patrick B. I think there is a max for healthy unless you're a rich collector, but I can't say anything, glass houses and all that. Yeah, well, we're all there, my friend. Space G, thank you so much for being here this evening. We appreciate you joining us. So I guess I'll get to a little bit of kind of where I'm going with this, and that is I would not go crazy and buy a bunch of cheap stuff all at once just to get the hit, just to get a watch in every week or every 2 weeks or every month. Buy really good, high quality, either Swiss or Japanese, whichever you prefer. I think I would go more Swiss this time around. And look at the use case for each watch and how I want to go about it, being a lot smarter than I was, and at times that I still am, because I still do dumb crap.
Do you ever add up all the money you've spent on watches you no longer have and think about what you could have gotten one? Do you ever do that?
Don't even put that out there.
You can't be the only one.
Don't even put that out there.
I can't be the only one that goes, okay, I bought this, and this. If I would have just waited and combined all that money, I could have gotten.
Well, you really only need to subtract your losses, right?
Okay. But
So
I can't be the only one. Am I the only one? I'm the only one that does.
Apparently not, because only every week, man, I've been doing this wrong. You're talking about
Yes,
me
Nate,
and
you
getting
have
a
a
watch
full
week.
room of boxes, Nate. You
Yes.
have an illness. You need a therapist, not another watch, my friend.
He needs a witch doctor. He needs a witch
Who?
doctor.
I know,
Jen,
right?
who can classify the two? Okay, a watch is therapy. Okay.
Oh, yeah, for
If
some
you
of
have
us.
if you have a guest room full of boxed, very expensive watches, a lot of the time, except for those ugly Invictus that he smuggled into his house. Yeah, yeah, you might need to reevaluate, but to each their own. Whatever makes you happy, you know.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
Duco is spot on. I try not to think about how much I spent and lost buying and selling. Gadsby with a member chat. Due to respect to Jen, I've always bought watches from an AD. I like that new watch smell. I never have to worry about them being stolen, modified, polished, having aftermarket dials, etc. True, but there are places you can buy used watches, like, say, a Joma shop, which is where I buy a lot of mine, or other places where you're not going to have that issue.
Or Berdines with Marco,
right?
sponsor of the channel, Berdines watches.
Gatsby did not mention that if you have a roadmap and that roadmap includes a bunch of retail Rolexes, then yeah, you got to kind of bite the bullet. You know.
We have another member chat, member for 16 months, Matt Sports Live. 2 weeks ago, lusting for a root beer. Yesterday, decided a two-tone Uncle bracelet for my Black Bay 58 was probably more economical. You know what? I agree.
I'd say so.
A two-tone Uncle bracelet. Is that
Uncle Straps? I think it's.
No, I know. Yeah, I know Uncle Strap. I didn't know they did a two-tone. Pull that up.
You will. Yeah, I agree, and that's one thing that a lot of people talk about, but if you've never tried it, you don't really know how effective it is. And that is, whenever you are pining, yearning for a new watch, get a strap for it. Yeah. And honestly, it's a hell of a lot cheaper, and it really does change the look and the way it feels to wear the watch with either a new strap or a new bracelet or whatever. And honestly, you don't have to spend tons of money on new straps. You can get perfectly good straps. I've kind of gotten into putting a bunch of my watches on rubber, which I used to hate, but I found these particular rubber straps on Amazon. They're not expensive. They have deployant clasps. They're really good quality. They're extremely comfortable. And I don't know, they're like $25. And they make the watches look terrific. They're very comfortable to wear, and it's a whole new feeling to wear that watch.
I wish I learned that earlier too.
Yeah.
Like changing the way you wear the watch, would definitely give me more longevity out of some of my pieces in the earlier days, And surprisingly, when I worked at the watch shop, people would come in and they say, oh, I want to buy a strap for this or whatever. And it's like, yeah, just, you can buy whatever you want on Amazon. People don't put at our level, people understand that, right? I mean, it's all about the lug distance, right? But most people who have one watch and they're not enthusiasts don't understand that, And I think at the time I didn't really realize that as I started collecting,
Yeah.
Interesting point from Space. Let's clarify. Most of us are watch enthusiasts. People with larger collections are actually collectors. You wouldn't tell someone they have too many baseball cards or comic books. Good point. So if that's the case, then Blake Ray is the only one who is an actual collector in here, because
you're not taking away my comic books. We will fight. We will have a fist fight. Try to take my comic books.
I got this comic from my dad. I found it. I don't know. Let me see if I can.
Oh, sweet.
unblur it.
I can't see it, bro. It's blurry, but
I'm
Superman,
unblurring.
obviously. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I
Mr.
was
GMT
never-
might fight you for that.
Yeah, I was never a DC guy, but yeah, I love Superman.
I found it when I was going through his stuff, and so I took it to
Sweet.
the comic shop, and they said it's worth $3, and I was like, "Woo!"
Mm,
Woo!
Mm.
I'll keep it for that price.
I'd keep it for
Exactly.
the sentimental
think-
value.
I think I'm gonna send it off to get graded and just just to take care of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
Yeah,
started.
I think. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jen.
Go ahead, Jen.
I think because of the financial situation that I'm in right now, it's pushed me more towards straps. Like that was just kind of an easier thing. And so, yeah, I think I luckily learned that early on was like, dude, straps are the best.
Mhm.
Like just get a couple like really good watch heads that you like with a nice dial on them and go bonkers on the straps.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
I do
didn't
that
mean to
too,
cut you
Jen.
off. I have to show y'all what my daughter bought. I got to show you what
Ooh.
my daughter bought. No, it's
Okay.
not good. It's not good. Boys,
Well-
we need an intervention. And girls, we need an
Oh,
intervention. I'll be
no.
right back.
Okay.
Yeah, while Duco is getting whatever he's getting, due respect again, we've all seen experts argue about whether a watch is genuine, just as Perez scope. Also, dealers have no way of knowing if a piece is stolen or is made from stolen parts. It depends on the brand. There are a number of brands like AP who have their own registry that you can run watches through to see if they're stolen. So, I mean, partially that's true, but there are some things that dealers can do to run watches through certain systems to at least get a general idea about those watches.
And you see a lot of manufacturers that are putting movement numbers and case numbers. So that way
Yeah.
there is a corresponding movement number to a corresponding case number to prevent stuff like that. Omega being a
Same
great
with
example.
dials. Same with dials. They'll put a number on the back of the dial to match
Did
it.
not know that.
Yeah,
Did not know that.
some of them, well, not very many, but there are a few that do that. I think like Patek may do that.
That sounds like
possibly.
a Patek-y thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gatsby, you do have a point. I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult at times. I think if you deal with a reputable dealer like Berdeen's or someone like that, I think the chances are very, very slim that that's going to happen, because Berdeen's, and I know there's other companies like this too, but I'll just talk about Berdeen's, have watchmakers in-house that go through, they open up and they go through everything that they get, and everything is above board and on the up and up every single time when those watchmakers go through it. So yes, it is difficult to tell, but I think if you stick with a reputable dealer, I don't think you have a lot to worry about.
Is it just me, or when I buy a pre-owned piece, I immediately think, oh, spa day. Like, let me put it through the spa day. You know? Does anybody else do that?
You talking about what? So define a spa day for me.
Dugo, you're muted, but I'll take it to like my watchmaker. I'll see how it's running. I'll see if the oils are good. I'll see how the beat rate is, if there's any beat errors or the frequency, and if all those things need to get addressed, I'll do it immediately.
Welcome,
No.
Canadian Watch Monkey. Rolex will be putting in microchips for tracking. That's very interesting.
That's good.
Thank
The
Yeah,
boys
Nate
are
talked
here.
about that this week.
Oh
I
my
forgot
God.
about that.
So when
All
that
right.
happens, just tell me, and I'll never buy a Rolex again.
There's
So-
no way I can't get that chip out of there. I'll get that damn chip out of there.
Dude,
Trust me, I'll get that son of a bitch out of there.
It's
like they're-
standing over your thing with the pocket knife like a savage.
They're working with Apple to put little mini air tags in there.
We'll get it out.
Interesting. Sal Baltimore, which is Alan Sal's brand, and Alan's, of course, a friend of mine, is working on using blockchain IDs for their watches.
That's just
So,
for
interesting.
verification, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, brands are doing all kinds of things to combat counterfeits and the like.
When I got my my Submarine, like I got a metal warranty card, and then it had a QR on it, and of course you can scan the QR, and it takes you to like a watch Facebook profile, and it shows like the picture of the watch when it came off the manufacturing line. It shows you a blockchain contract that verifies the authenticity of the watch, and all this weird, crazy shit, and like notes that the watchmaker took, like when he was putting the watch together. And I was like, damn, I've never seen a warranty like that. And it was pretty awesome. It made me pretty proud to wear and own the watch at that point, which was I thought was kind of cool. I've never seen it before.
Yeah. Gatsby brings up talking about blockchain IDs. Isn't that the digital watch vault? It can be. That's what they use. But I think this would be something different than just the digital watch vault. So what is this? What has your daughter done now, Duco?
Oh, yes. This is my daughter. So, all right, let me set the scene. So me and Mrs. Duco are sitting outside watching the chickens run around the yard, do chicken things, right? Drinking a glass of wine. And my daughter is about to go meet some friends at dinner. And she goes, Dad, can you set my watch? And we give her, like, she's got a little credit card. It's not a credit card, it's a debit card. And so she can buy things on Amazon for a certain amount. She goes, I bought a watch for $20. And I'm like,
oh boy.
So what did you get? She's like, well, it's a cute little watch. I thought it would look cute on my, when I go dress up and whatever. And I can't set it. So we're having an unboxing, even though this is an Amazon box.
Good enough. Good enough.
I'm afraid this is like a horror movie.
This is so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad.
So
this is it.
Oh, that's like
tragic.
Dude, that's like a 1980s watch that I had. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
all this 80s stuff is coming back. It's like that digital,
Oh no.
Just the cheap fashion stuff that they would put out.
So walk us through the return process in rural Louisiana.
There is no return process, dude. It's ours, bro. It's ours. And I'm like, boo. You could have come to Daddy. We could have found something a little
better.
A little fancy.
You could have trust your watch taste, huh?
You could have worn your mom's Rolex.
Well, no, easy there, killer. Easy there. Look how tiny this thing.
Yeah, but it's an expand band. It'll expand around your wrist, I bet. Go ahead and put it on.
You're a mountain of a man, Duco. Come on now. Don't break it. Don't do it. Oh my gosh.
As he
clip that right there.
So cuts off blood flow to his hand.
Are you going to let her wear it, or is she grounded for the next 6 months?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'll let you know tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, let her wear it. Did you figure out how to set it?
Yeah, it's got a little pusher thing down by the one of the lugs.
Look at the bright side. It all starts with a little heart watch from Amazon.
It does. This is actually her second watch. So
all right, there you go. There you go.
It's not. It could be worse. She could be buying drugs.
Maybe she'll learn the appreciation of Daddy's watches, and then
that's it. She's already.
Then she'll start stealing the Pepsi.
Yeah.
She said, Dad, you're not going to be buried with your watches, are you? Don't I get those? I'm like,
she asked you that, or is that coming?
The hell, I'm not.
No, she said that.
They're all coming with me when I go.
That's what I told her. I
like
said,
Kevin O'Leary says. Yeah. They're all being buried with me.
Yeah.
And who's coming with me with a shovel? Anyway.
Yeah. Right.
See, a lot of people think it's cute, though. A lot of people think the watch is cute.
It is cute.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Not a bad one. She could have done worse. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
So from a female perspective, Jen, you said you had something like that before?
Oh, as a kid? Yeah. I mean,
as a kid. Yeah.
You would just you would get them with stuff.
What wasn't
You
this? They
know?
had these kind of things in gumball machines, didn't they? Like I
Oh, those things
remember
should
the
be outlawed. Those things should totally
Oh,
be
expand
outlawed.
bands. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
I've got a 60s and a 70s watch, both that have expand bands on them.
I actually like those.
span bands. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know,
do.
man. I
I
don't think
do.
anybody.
They're
Blake
so
should would.
comfortable.
My hair.
They're so comfortable. Or at least
No.
mine do not pull my hair. And the way
Okay.
that the watch sits on your wrist is you can't compare it next to anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I've never had that on my wrist, so I don't know.
Honestly, one of my Accutrons, it was my grandfather's Accutron, has that kind of a band on it. Obviously, it's a bit larger to begin with because it's
Sure.
a man-sized band, but
Sure.
it's extremely comfortable.
Exactly. And it
It really is.
It sits just where you want it to sit. It doesn't move, and it doesn't apply pressure at all. to your
Right.
wrist.
It's just not squeezing your wrist.
Exactly.
So yeah,
So-
they're not bad. And I've also got
can-
the 1950s Elgin that I have has that as well. Elgin, sorry, Illinois people. Elgin.
Well, I got one with my my submarine, and that was the first one, and that's a good looking bracelet. I nearly killed
Yeah.
myself trying to size it though, because you have to pull these little pins out. There's these two little pins that go in like this,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and oh my god, I literally had little holes, and I was bleeding like all in my hands, like sizing it.
That should have been
Yeah.
your first clue to get rid of it, but that's just me.
I love it now though, Jen. Thank you.
Mhm.
Blood, sweat, and tears have paid off.
Literally. Literally.
Literally. Literally.
So what is the? Oh, that's the Space View.
God, that's really nice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want a
that's
Space
the
View.
new
They're pretty
electrostatic movements. I've got the original tuning fork movements. I've got two of those. One was my dad's, one was my grandfather's.
Mm.
But they don't look anything like that, and they're not they're just, it's a simple silver watch and a simple gold watch.
This
Mhm.
thing's on. This is $4,000.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those electrostatic Accutrons are expensive.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are.
But Bulova spun off the brand to make its own. Accutron is now its own brand. It's no longer part of Bulova, and
Are they still owned by Bulova?
I believe they're all
Oh,
still owned by
yeah.
Citizen Group,
Okay.
Okay.
which owns Bulova as well. But that's now they've gone up to a high end brand, so they're very expensive.
These things sell really well too. We sold
Yep.
them at the dealer, and we did an event where we had like 7 or 10 brands there. And Accutron, of course, was there. And dude, those things could not stay in stock
Really?
for some. Yeah, I mean, dude, we sold like 8 or 12 in that 1-2 hour event, and I was like, holy shit,
Do these wheels move the entire time? Like, is that a constant
Mhm.
movement in the watch?
Yep.
So you get
Yeah.
to look at that all. Oh, that'd be cool.
Yep. That's
they're really cool looking. Yeah.
that's how the electrostatic movement works.
And is there a battery in the Accutron?
I think so.
I believe
I'm
so.
not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is in the old ones have batteries, but I think the new ones do as well.
Yeah, because there's a coil up top.
It did say
So-
if you go back, there was electrostatic and automatic.
Oh.
Like if you go back to the last, see electrostatic and automatic.
Yeah, I think
That'd
the
be all of
legacy
these,
is the
Oh,
the,
okay.
the legacy is the only
Got you.
automatic.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not the
I
same.
missed that. That's a cool looking watch for like
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Mhm.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I
big
don't
it
know
is.
what movement it uses. I would assume it's some derivative of a Miyota,
38.
since they're owned by
38.
Citizen.
Probably.
Probably a
Well-
9000 series high beat.
Well,
Would
don't
be
they
the
doesn't Le Joux Pareil, isn't that owned by Citizen too? I think they're owned
they
by
are. I think they
think-
are too. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
I'm gonna Google. See what
What was
Google
that?
says.
What was that movie? What was that series that came out on Amazon and they're all stuck in the underground bunkers? It just came out.
I haven't watched that.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. The nuclear war went off and everybody's in the underground bunkers and some people were
Oh,
still up top.
Fallout.
Fallout. Every time I see an Accutron, I think of like this would be the
Yeah.
Fallout watch because
Yeah.
like the people in the underground bunkers were stuck back in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like everything was like these big tube televisions and everything.
Yeah, very steampunk.
Very steampunk, yes.
Yeah,
So
and I would agree with you, Julius Caesar. They really do have an underrated. It's not an underrated history. It's a history that a lot of people don't know about. I mean, it's an American brand, New York brand. They still do have a presence in New York with a headquarters in the Empire State Building, where they also have their museum. It's a really cool brand. It really is. Unfortunately, a lot of their newer pieces, up until recently, haven't been all that great, but they have been putting out, ever since really the Lunar Pilot, they've started to put out better and better pieces using their new quartz movement that's phenomenal. The precisionist movement's phenomenal.
Everybody's talking. Well, I shouldn't say.
There we go. Space G with our answer on Le Jeu Perret was bought by Citizen. Beautiful. I love the Glasuta.
Yeah, I believe this is the
Nice
new
panda.
one they just released. This is a beautiful watch.
Yeah, what do they call that? Do they call it a pano date? But their other watches are pano dates. I don't know if they would call that or not. The watches with the big dates.
Let's see here, sir. I wish there was a dealer. Like, I wish I could go try these watches on. I would love that. Oh, crap. Their website sucks.
Speaking of Bulova, the Devil Diver is also great with the bright orange, but unfortunately, it'll be a little bit too big for me. I thought that they had come out, or either that or they may be coming out with a little bit smaller Devil Diver, but I may be wrong about that. What do you guys think about?
Right. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
CQ chronograph.
Oh, okay. Nice.
43 millimeters. So I could pull that off.
So Trap asks, what do you guys think of Karl Bucherer as a brand in comparison to other more popular brands? Having just gotten one, I think it's finished extremely well. The movement is fairly accurate. It's not cost certified accurate, but it's within 5 seconds a day. So I'm happy with it. And I think it's a brilliantly put together watch, and you can get them for really good prices if you shop around.
Like half off.
More than that. Mine was about 65% off. So yeah. I think they're great. I think they're great watches, but I'm also biased because I really like mine.
Yeah. I can't speak. I can't speak to them. I have to go by what Robert says. I've never held one or seen one. So, but I would love to. Yeah. I would love to see them. Check them out.
I used to sell them, and yeah, they're a phenomenal brand. Like, they really are. And Swatch Group is just letting them kind of, I don't know if fizzle away is the right word, but they're not really pushing them as hard as they probably should.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Does Swatch Group have them, or was that part of the Booker or Rolex deal? I think Rolex has them now.
Oh shit! I thought we were talking about Geo.
Oh, Geo, I'm sorry.
No.
You had Geo up, but then if you're talking about Booker,
I'm talking about Booker. I know.
Okay.
I'm just confusing the hell out of everybody, including me. But that's my normal state.
I think Geo will be fine. They've been around for a very, very, very long time. Everybody knows they make solid watches.
They're expensively solid, though.
Yeah. It can be. It depends on what you're looking for, but yeah. But you're definitely going to get a solid watch, and I mean, anything that's coming out of glass chute, like, come on, like you can't go wrong.
I've got to wonder, how Swatch Group picks which brands to push. Obviously, they push Omega, and they push Tissot, and they push Longines. They don't push Hamilton all that much, not like they used to anyway. Go ahead, Blake.
I'm
Blake
I'm
has
raising
his
my hand
hand
because
up.
I want to talk. No, so I literally sometimes when I'll walk through, like, and I'll do my rounds, like I'll go to Caesar's Palace and there's representatives from every brand there. So if I want to talk to Rolex, I can talk to Rolex, I can talk to Panerai. Apparently Blancpain is now gonna get a shit ton of money for marketing. Swatch Group and Nick Hayek was like, Blancpain is my baby, and I am going to resurrect this baby. And that's what I heard from corporate people at Blancpain. So
I hope you're right. All they have to do is make a 40 or a 41 millimeter diver.
They have a 42 diver already. 50 fathoms.
But it's only in titanium, right?
No, I don't know about that. I think it's in steel.
I think it's only in titanium.
But it's either way, it's like $15,000.
No, I agree. So you make it only in titanium. You don't have a metal bracelet for it. And it's $15,000. Like that's what are we doing?
Yeah. I want to welcome Tariq to the stream. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
What's up, Tariq?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, hey,
going on?
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Trap
says there's a.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Tariq.
Didn't Hodinkee get it right when they released a Blancpain, didn't they? And it was 40 millimeters, no rad, and that thing sold out immediately, and it's still going over retail on the secondary. I mean, that was a hot piece.
Dude, that's what they do. They come out with these special editions. They sell 300 of a 40 millimeter. It sells out like hotcakes, and everybody's like, "Why don't you make this?"
So they do. That. That's exactly it. That's the exact watch. So they have the Barracuda, the no rad, and then they have a few novelties that are 42 millimeter, 50 fathoms.
Yep.
And the Hodinkee was a mil spec. That's what they call the mil spec
version.
Yeah, right.
With the little sticker, it's a little sticker on it that tells you the humidity or something, right? Isn't that it?
I thought it was no radiation.
No, I've got it up here if you want me to show you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's got a hydrometer or something on it.
It tells. I think it tells you the moisture in the dial or something. Like it's a little sticker or something. I've actually learned now.
Yeah, that's true. That is the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you get any kind of condensation in the watch, the sticker I think turns all yellow.
Something
like
nature. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. What are the dimensions on this?
This is a 42. 42, baby. Actually, a 40. Might be.
40. Yeah.
It's perfect. This should not be a limited edition. This should be crank that bad boy out.
100%. I tried one of these on at a watch meet, and it wore so well.
Oh man,
so well.
Give me a bracelet, sell it to me for $10,000. Have an adjustable clasp. Eat Rolex's lunch, at least for a year.
I would agree with that. There's such a good brand that like needs the love, and I'm so glad to hear that they're finally getting it. At least,
I hope you're right.
Hopefully soon, from what I heard.
Although Perescope just took a big dookie all over them in their history.
He takes dookies over everybody, though.
I know. Yep. He does.
It's kind of his thing.
I was talking to him about the Speedy. Like, okay. I know Jose pretty well, and ironically, he was my first podcast guest. I wanted to start off on a high note. But anyways, I said to Jose, I was like, dude, he started posting some shit about Speedies. And I was like, bro, don't you fuck this one up for me, man. Don't you fuck this one up. and he was laughing. He's like, I'm going to though, right? And I'm like, All right, man. Just go ahead. Go ahead. But anyways.
So now that we have Tariq in here, we can ask him kind of the question that we started off with for everybody. And kind of the theme of the show tonight is, if you were starting as a watch collector, and instead of starting the way you started, which was most likely with limited knowledge, but you had all the knowledge of watches you have now, but you were just starting out, but miraculously you had all the same knowledge, where would you start? What advice would you give to yourself? How would you go about building a collection from scratch?
This is a good question. When
he's like, all right, close the panel. Like, let me jump off real quick.
when I started collecting, I wanted to do anything except Rolex, right? And that was just because Rolex is the first name you think of when you're buying a watch, right? So I went for my Tag Monaco, the caliber 11 with a left-handed crown, and also a Panerai PAM 320, 44 mil. That thing felt like it was 18 millimeters thick. Completely wrong direction to go, because these watches are not comfortable to wear at all. So I spent all this money trying to be different, but I found myself not enjoying what I actually got until I got my third watch, which was a GMT, and I wore that thing. It took over everything else. I would not shy away from Rolex, that's for sure, but I would venture into, like, instead of the Tag Monaco, there's a Chapek Croix de Bourgeois or something like that. It's like a chronograph, right? Very supple rubber strap, big, huge bicompax subdials. That thing is beautiful. So I'd probably I'd throw a couple more independents in there. I mean, I know Rolex is independent, but I'd have Rolex and throw a couple more independents in there as well. And definitely give Omega a crack, because Omega's 12 o'clock markers made me like shy away from them for a while. But I got over the cock and balls, and I just said, fuck it, I'm getting it. And I have a CK2998, and I wear the hell out of that thing.
That's such a great watch.
Yeah.
Oh man, such a great watch.
So when Robert asked you the question, which is the topic of the video, it made me thinking about there was like this one, I guess, I don't know if it was a fundraiser or whatever, but they're like, look, you can either get this amount of money or some shit, or you can have dinner with Jay-Z. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then $500,000.
Right. And then the guy chose a dinner with Jay-Z, and then everybody just like ragged on him. So the reason why I bring this up is because it let me reframe that to us watch collectors. Would you rather have, knowing what you know now as a watch collector, would you rather have your entire collection or the value of your collection to rebuy?
Say that again.
Would you rather have your entire collection as it stands, or if you could take the value of your collection, cash value, and rebuy, restart your collection?
All right. As I was starting my collection or adding to it, I had no idea how spontaneous I could be in my purchases.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of spontaneous purchases.
Yeah, you and me both.
I got 6 Mings that are just sitting in the watch box. I wear them occasionally.
Hey, what's up, Mr. GMT?
Mr. GMT will buy them from you.
6 Mings.
Wait, are you serious? Because
no, he's still
no. He ain't buying them from you, bro. That's all you, man. You're stuck with those things until
we're going back.
Until the sun's coming up.
I would like to offer you a maintenance program, Tariq, where I will maintain your watches for you until you either take them back or sell them or whatever. But
that's a good deal, dude. That's a good deal.
Maintenance program. I like that.
You have to worry about getting them serviced.
Absolutely. But yeah, I definitely have a lot of spontaneous buys I'd like to offload and put into something else. And then I buy the next piece and I say, you know what? If I sold these pieces, I could get this one. But then I don't sell them. I mean, we've all
The
been there.
captain's here.
Speaking
I
of
got
speaking of Ming, here is the cap.
Speaking
Here's six Mings, and he's like, "Oh my God, how can I get some of those?"
of the Ming, I'm thinking about possibly culling a little bit, trimming, and I can't. It's really hard to figure out what I want to get rid of. The Ming is something I grapple with. I struggle with that. I'll talk to Blake more offline because I want to talk to you about some things.
okay.
Oh,
including watches.
Wait, is everything okay? Are we
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Is
yeah.
there something we need to know about?
About collecting.
Are you boys having beef?
No,
If
because
it
I
bur-
love
if it-
Doxa. I love Doxa.
If it burns when you pee, I can't help you. Okay.
No, there's a pill for that, and then you'll pee orange. But I heard
Okay.
that from somewhere. But Tariq, I came on.
somewhere.
A rumor has it. I wanted to be on the panel with Tariq, man, because I don't think I have been, and you're a great. I like when you come on.
I appreciate it.
I like your
Captain.
content.
I appreciate
So
it.
what I was going to say. So my little take on this, and I'm not going to answer all the questions, but like it'll take too long. My thought in my head, Robert, when you were asking those questions was, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, there's no perfect collection. It's kind of evolving. You can debate whether there's a grail, whether you're done, I'm done, I'm all good. And then you get another piece. So it's kind of evolves, right? And the mistakes and the collection you have reflects that journey that you have up to today. It's all worth it. Whatever your collection is right now, that's what it's meant to be. And a year from now or 5 years from now, it could be radically different, or maybe not. Maybe you add a piece, subtract a piece, but it's kind of the process and the journey, right? So I would keep the collection I have. I don't want 150 to start over, because the pain and the trials and the mistakes and the experience and the knowledge that you get from that, journey is where you are today. So where your collection is right now is exactly where it's supposed to be. I don't know where it's going to be in the future, but that's my take on it.
That is some perspective.
Cap with the mic drop.
Wow.
Not bad, right?
Hey, end the show, boys. Show over.
I don't know where I came up with that. I just had like
pulled it out of your ass.
Let's put this on. That's pretty good. That's about as good as it's gonna get.
Are you sure you want to talk to me later? Because I need to talk to you.
Doxa, baby. Doxa.
As you were saying that, I realized the 2701s, 2702s are ultra thin, and it made me really appreciate thin watches. So you're absolutely right.
Right.
It
right.
definitely shapes your taste and understanding.
Right. And then you can look at what you have now and kind of say, well, I may want to tweak a little here and trim a little here, and maybe not, radically. I know people who have just blown up the collection, and I guess you could do that. That's an approach.
And we want to remind you, as the Watch Hangout, Ali just typed in there, we are doing a race tonight. So if you guys want to get in the race, there's several ways to do it. Obviously, a super chat. You can also join the channel as a member. You can give out memberships, or you can use your member milestone chat. Any of those things can get you in the race. At the end of the show tonight, we'll add a couple just because I feel like adding some people, and they will get free entries. So there are all kinds of ways to get in the race. Say something fantastic in the chat, and maybe we'll notice you and put you in the race. You never know. But we will be doing a race tonight at the end of tonight's show, which will probably be anywhere from 30 minutes to another hour from now. So get those entries in early and often. Actually, there's only one entry per person, but, get them in.
Yeah. Also, we have our channel sponsors. We got a shout out, which is Watch Marco. Somebody can Birdines and Marco from Birdines.
And Steve at Steve Lee Cigars.
Yeah, at Leaf Cigars.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, let me go find. Steve had mentioned earlier today, and I'll go find this real quick. That he still has a couple of the deals from Friday night. So I'm going to put that link in the chat here. And if you guys want to go over there to White Glove Cigars and see if if they're still there, there were, I think, 2 left. So you go there and then you put in, I'm trying to get all of the discount code and everything in there for you that we'll put in there. There it is. Gonna copy that and we'll put that into the chat as well. And you can go in there. Yeah, Ali just put it in there. I'm also putting it in there. So feel free to go over there and see if there are any of those things left, because the Friday night special was really cool. Let me see if I can pull it up here for you guys.
Yeah. Tariq, I have a question for you, man, whenever we get done with this segment.
Yeah, go ahead. You can ask a question. I'll pull it up when you're done.
Tariq, what is your thoughts on Zenith as a brand?
I love Zenith. I think it's a great brand. It's got a lot of heritage. Yep. There's quality in the pieces. I have the pink Chronomaster.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I've always loved Zenith.
Okay.
Clasp could it leaves a little on the table, but other than that, I think it's a great brand. Especially the 1/100th of a second movements. I think those things are phenomenal to look at. But
the pink Chronomaster, did it come with an adjustable clasp, or it just came with so it's just the Jubilee bracelet?
So
is that right?
The Chronomaster that I have it's not the Chronomaster. It's not the Chrono.
It's
not
the
the sports model.
Sport. Yeah.
It's not the Sport.
Oh, okay. The Chronomaster original.
Yeah, the original 38 mil with polished center links.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. I wish I knew they were coming out with that model later on. I would have definitely copped that. But a 38 mils, it wears really, really well. The pink is not too sharp. It's not too bright. I wear it practically all throughout October. Breast cancer is something that is very near and dear to me. So I always show off my colors. I got to get that Brodinky, that rubber strap too. I don't know if you guys saw that. Brodinky just released a pink rubber strap for this year with, what was it, Strap Habit, I think?
Oh, okay. That's very cool.
Yeah, so I got to cop that. But no, back to the question. Zenith is absolutely great brand.
So real quick, the Friday night 7-pack of Zesty Treats is what is still available with that discount. So you've got the Flavor Pack, not the Flavor Flav Pack, the Flavor Pack contains all of the cigars you see on your screen there, half of which I can't pronounce. No, I can pronounce them. The Fuente Casa Cuba, Fuente Double Chateau Sungrown, the Fuente Eye of the Shark, Diamond Crown Maximus, Diamond Crown Black Series, Diamond Crown Julius Caesar, Arturo Fuente Rosado, and the Boveda Pack Fresh Humidifier.
Most of those words are Austin words.
Yeah. You don't smoke the Boveda Pack, by the way.
Well, I don't know what that is.
It's that see that little pack, Robert?
That's the pack that keeps the cigars nice and humidified while they ship.
Exactly.
See, I'm not
well done. That was amazing.
Thank you very much. So yeah, there's a couple of those left. You got the discount code. Go for it, folks. Oh yeah,
this is cool.
Yeah, that would be terrific.
So this is what you got, Tariq?
Yeah, I got a couple of these coming in the mail. This is this year's version.
Okay.
I think that Zodiac is pretty sweet too.
I do too.
Yeah.
Zodiac's a great brand.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Zodiac made a pink GMT.
That's actually really nice.
I had the orange sherbet version of this, and it was a great watch. And the bracelet was amazing too. It had a a little give in it. I don't know what you call that when it has this, like it's a little stretch
Like
on
a
the
stretch?
clasp. Yeah, but just on the clasp, like it stretches
Oh,
a
kind
little
of like
bit.
the uncle. Is it uncle that makes? They have a
Forstner.
Forstner, yeah. I have one
Forstner.
with a little like stretchy end. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Yep, I bought the
Yeah.
Forstner for one of my Speedmasters, and it had that. Yeah, it was really cool. That was a good idea.
I bought like 3 Forstner straps just to make one like amazing one. Like I bought the stretchy strap, but it had the old clasp on it. So then I had it had an old, like it was a very, I got it on a discount on a website that, because you can't find a 19 millimeter stretchy band for a CK2998 anymore. So I had to buy that, and then I had to buy the new one with the new clasp and swap it all out and stuff. I got parts all over the place. I sent a picture in the WhatsApp group of what my strap box looks like. It's watch straps. And
that's some shit I would do. I would buy 7 different pieces of items just to make one functional strap, and then just have the rest of it sitting in a box somewhere, useless.
What's so funny is my Speedy has gone through the same like Frankenstein treatment. I have like 5 bracelets for, like 3 of them are from Forstner. I bought the the mesh bracelet from Omega, which you find on the Bond. And then just the other day I bought the new Speedy all brush bracelet.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Forstner makes really good bands.
They do.
Really good.
I
go ahead.
Oh, I have this. I have the Model J, which is the Jubilee, and then I have the Bullet, and the Presidential too. Sorry, the Forstner Presidential, the Model J, the Bullet, and then I have the folding one, like the NASA one. Can't think of the name of it. I'm sure it'll pop up, but.
And honestly, that's a great price for what you're getting.
Absolutely.
You are.
Yeah.
It is.
It's very comfortable, good quality, and it made me start paying attention to like polished center links, polished outer links, how it matches with the case, how it matches with the sides of the case. It's a real educational experience.
And it scratches the itch when you have that itch.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It definitely helps.
And I mean, if you do have a Speedy and you're one of those folks that hates the bracelet, here's your solution.
Oh God, that bracelet, the new bracelet's so good.
The new bracelet is a smoke show.
Yeah, I think so.
So, in my opinion,
you could put anything on that watch and it won't matter. That watch looks good in anything. I'm convinced.
Yeah, I'm buying. I need to get a Speedy back.
Yeah, just sell it in a couple months after that. That's the problem.
Shut up, Kurt. Shut up.
That's true. It's like it's the best watch I don't want to own. I buy it. And
oh my gosh!
You're so right, and that's why I hate you for saying that.
I know. It's the best watch I don't want to own.
Is that your opinion, or are you talking about Duco, Kurt?
Well, my opinion in Duco. We share one brain cell, and I've got it right now. I got to send it in the mail.
He has not relinquished the brain cell in many months.
Right.
So why?
Why screwing up badly without it?
Why would you never own a Speedy?
I'd own one. I just sell it. Like I wouldn't keep it very long. Okay. Like I've had it twice, and I'm just like both times. I'm like, I want to love you. I really do. But I don't.
I keep selling it.
Is it just underwhelming, or?
I think it just doesn't. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I think part of me too is I'm spoiled by autos. I don't know. I don't know. I don't love the way in general with chronographs. I don't like the way the second hand, the stopwatch hand covers the logo. Not a big fan of that. But yeah, there's just something about it. I can't really explain it.
You could press the chrono and then let it sweep a little and then stop it and just leave it like that,
Oh yeah, that'd make it worse.
Or you could just get the Seamaster Regatta and the new one, and you won't have to think about it at all.
Pretty cool. I get a lot of time off work with.
Can we ban her? Ban Jen?
No.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be like, "Why aren't you at work today?" I'll be like, "Well, I got a Seamaster Regatta, and now I vomit every time I look at it." So.
I know, right?
I've been on the toilet.
Your wrist has cancer.
Kurt, is that your new weight loss plan? That's your new weight loss plan, isn't it?
I don't know if we're allowed to make those kind of jokes.
Yeah,
Ozempic is
probably not.
much cheaper.
I feel like the white
Is it though?
Seamaster.
Is it?
I mean,
What are the side effects for Ozempic, and what are the side effects for the Omega Regatta?
Omega.
They're
Regatta,
similar. They're similar.
So it's not immediately obvious to all your friends you're on Ozempic. So
Ozempic gives you thyroid cancer and Ozempic face.
oh god,
And then the Regatta
It
gives you
does.
cancer on your wrist.
that's right.
Wristicular
rails.
cancer.
What is Ozempic face? Now I'm looking.
Oh my god!
You could still,
Buy the fucking Rolex.
Yep. Somebody, get us back on track, boys. Get us back on track.
No.
This AI is out of fucking control.
I have a feeling Ali Reza is somewhere in the back channels.
Yeah, I think so too.
Roman. Did you see that?
Now I know it's Ali Reza. I
The
know.
audio
Yep.
on that drives me insane because the zoom goes the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like it goes one way and the zoom goes the other way. No, I'm not on Ozempic and I don't plan on taking it. I was just kind of. No, I'm just gonna eat it. Matt's famous El Rancho like all the time.
There you go. Like
So
we did
Yeah, that's right.
like 3 weeks ago. 4
Wait,
weeks
where'd y'all
ago.
go? What's it called?
Matt's
Matt's
famous
El Rancho. Yeah.
Matt's El Rancho.
Yep.
That sounds
Fantastic Mexican food.
That does not sound like a Mexican restaurant.
What
Matt's
the hell is
El
going
Rancho.
on?
Matt's famous El
Who is
Rancho.
that? Is that
We're
Tony
getting
Mo?
we're getting
No.
trolled by Big Sasquatch.
Yeah. Ollie's just having a great old time there in the back room. There you go.
This is what
No,
happens.
don't cover up Tariq, man. That's a mistake.
Tariq, what do you have on the wrist? Tariq and Kurt, what do you
Super
have on the
chat,
wrist?
super chat. Pull it up, pull it up.
keeping it green. The
We can't
Baltic
tell, brother.
Can't really
Baltic
see.
green.
Oh, is that the-
Oh,
Beautiful.
nice.
Is that the new Baltic? The green
Uh-uh.
stone one?
No. This is wow. It's dark out here. There we
Yeah.
go. We got something there.
I don't know why I'm trying to cover my camera.
Baltic MR 01.
Yep.
But it's
Maybe
got
I'll
the
see this
Arabic
one
numbers on it.
That's helping Kurt. Dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's that one braid cell working overtime right now.
That's right.
Hey, if I cover up mine, maybe his will
Maybe I won't see it.
flare.
So what's
the-
on
Gotta turn more lights
Right.
on here.
Try.
I got the Baltona here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
wow.
I haven't even worn
That's nice. I like that.
Shout out to the homies at Baltic.
Yo, seriously. I have the
Yeah,
perpetual version of that as well too.
Damn.
Right.
Nice.
Kurt, what's on your? Can we see
My
what's on your wrist?
signature.
He just showed you, bro.
Watch? Is that the VC? Oh yeah.
Can I see it, pretty? It's so pretty.
It's for.
Can I see it? It's so pretty.
No, you can't see it.
Can I see it, please? Pull it out. Pull it out.
Oh yeah.
Whoa,
Thank you.
easy.
What is that? A Pagani design? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's actually it's a PRX homage.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And $5 super chat from Captain that I missed a while back. Sorry about that. You know what to do. Hit that like button and support the hardest working panel in the biz. We
I'm
would
just so
appreciate
proud.
you. We really would appreciate you hitting the like button. And, here to remind you, let's see if Ollie can find this real quick, is Mike the Snake.
Hey, everybody. It's time to upvote. Woo! Look, I can even do it. Watch. There. It was that easy. All I needed to do is to upvote. That's all you need to do. It doesn't even take a wiggle of your finger or even just a wiggle of one of my teeth here to upvote. Just do it.
That's
That,
right.
That easy.
It would have been
That
really
easy.
funny if you played something different. Like this AI is fucking out of control. That would be-
No,
That's always a plus. There's
That's
never a
because
bad time for that.
I went in there and I played it. So there you go.
2022, come and get it. Tip
Oh,
top
we're going to end the
2020.
show with that. So
That's the
Come and
correct
get
place.
it.
Oh,
we
man.
like to end the show with 2022. Come and get it.
the classic.
That's just our speed.
So we got Kurt on the panel now. We got to get some of this wisdom about watch collecting.
Oh Jesus, just don't get started.
Well,
The truth
there you
shall
go.
set you free.
you're
End the
you're
show.
sitting on the panel, so you got to answer the
Yeah,
question.
don't start. Honestly, I would just like I don't know. It's really, if I were to start over, I don't know. I'd probably be just miserable and I'd wind up right back where I am.
What would you tell yourself if you were Ashton Kutcher and you went back in time and tried to save the world? One incident. What's the movie? Is anybody know what I'm talking about? Or is it just me?
Nope.
You talking about the
Butterfly
butterfly effect?
There you
Butterfly
go. Butterfly effect. Boom. Okay.
Video.
You're Ashton Kutcher. You're going back in time trying to save the world, or your girlfriend or whatever, from buying XYZ watch. Or you could tell yourself this as well.
I'd tell myself to buy NVIDIA.
Okay. Me too, for sure. Yeah.
Good
You told me
idea.
not to sell NVIDIA,
No, I'd
but
probably I don't know. I got, like everybody kind of goes through that same, like, I feel like a lot of people go through that tag, Omega, and then work their way up to other stuff phases. I probably would have, I don't know, like I probably would have done more research to start and maybe saved up a little more and gone a little bigger to start, and maybe I'd be a little more satisfied, because I think a lot of us admit to like losing. We lose money. It's because you find something you don't like and you have to move on from it, and that's what kills you.
Yep.
It's
Interesting thought from Thomas Broadbent. Back to basics. Fun, fair value watches. I like that idea.
It doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I get it.
It doesn't do it for me, because then you end up with a shit ton of watches that you can't get nothing for. Hey, I'm sorry for shooting the messenger here, but so
you're getting support, Kurt, from DP. I would sort of agree, although it kind of depends on what your end goal is. Maybe you're like me and your end goal is an Omega.
what is your end goal?
My end goal is a Black Seamaster. And that's probably going to be my retirement watch here in about another 5 years or so.
5 years, jeez.
Well, I'm
On
62
bracelet or
now.
rubber?
I would get it on bracelet and then add a rubber.
Is it the Seamaster Professional, like the wavy dial, or is it the new black, lovely lacquered dial one?
No, the wavy dial.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people should have been really happy with the 25-3180 and just kind of left it at that, right? Like the classic Brosnan Bond Seamaster would make a lot of people like pretty satisfied. That's such a cool watch, and they're dirt cheap.
Yeah. And Kurt was actually with me the last time I tried that watch on.
Yeah, and then he tried to tell me to buy a Hamilton.
No, you were like,
that...
oh, well, I love that Hamilton. I love that thing.
It was the Murph.
I really want to get it. I said, well, then get it. He's like, no.
Murph's great.
Robert, can you please describe the feelings that you were feeling when you tried that watch on?
We have mixed company, so I can't do that. No, I'm just kidding. It felt great, and if I had the money, I would have bought it right there. But of course, I don't, and I'm not.
Tell us where the watch touched you. Tell us where the watch.
Here,
right
and
here.
you know what? And I touched it back just like that.
Weird. It's getting weird.
Show us on the doll where the watch touched you.
That's right. No, I love that watch. I don't know whether there's something wrong with me or something, but honestly, I think that's all the watch I need. Certainly, I think it's probably all the watch anybody needs.
Maybe they'll fix the bezel by then.
Could be. I mean,
they'll fix the bracelet too.
If they change the watch, would you still go back to the current model, or would you?
I probably would, because turning the bezel is not all that important to me. I'm not going diving with it.
No, it's a fidget spinner though. It's the best fidget spinner.
True.
Who doesn't want a $4,000 fidget spinner? Come on.
But I've got some Seikos and my tag and some other ones that are great fidget spinners as well. So actually, if I need that, I have it.
Tudors make awesome fidget spinners.
Yeah.
Those bracelets tend to get stuck on people's wrists. I remember when I worked at the AD, we had like 7 or 10 people that came in 1 month, and they could not get their watch off their wrist. Like we could not.
The VC bracelet, yeah, it's all hairy. Like your hair gets caught in it.
Oh yeah.
If I
Absolutely.
go into a AD to help take a watch off my wrist because I am not capable of getting it off.
It's not. There's no capability question.
Well, you
to
are
it.
at zero brain
It's,
cell
it's
right now.
stuck on their wrist, like
Bro,
the
I
buckle
have a
deployed.
laundry list of hacksaws and jigsaws. I am not going to go into a store and ask a bunch of other humans to please help me take my bracelet
Oh
off.
my god!
and
No.
and so
It'd be
so
like
I'm-
it'll be like when you're sleeping at your friend's house and they got that covering on the plastic on the sofa, and you get up and you stick there and you laugh
Mhm.
about it. That's what. Yeah. Anyway.
No.
So I'm hoping that in between now and then they do something with the bracelet. But if they don't,
Forstner,
there,
baby.
yeah, I was going to say there's those Forstner bracelets. There are other alternatives out there that look fantastic. Honestly, I would probably put it on a Jubilee style bracelet because I love Jubilee style bracelets, and
No, you want
half of my watches now have them. So
you got to go.
What
with
about
NATO.
the new mesh? The steel
Ooh.
mesh?
I saw
like
one
that
of those. So
I like that.
At the Texas game, I saw a guy with the white SMP with the steel mesh. It looked so good.
Oh damn it! Don't tell me that.
I have it
need
for
to
my
get it,
Speedy.
don't I? It's
Awesome.
$800.
Well,
it is.
not if you steal it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's 800.
All right,
Not
so
if you football tackle a grown man and
I
elbow
don't-
him in his face
I
and
don't
rip it off his wrist.
publicize my last name, but I'll tell you it's Italian. All right, there you go.
I have a question for you guys because there's a lot of knowledge about bracelets. I'm hearing a lot of bracelet knowledge on this panel. Impressive, to say the least. See the way I just gratuitously complimented everybody and blew smoke up your ass? Anyway, so here...
Now he's going to give us a subpoena.
No.
Ass kisser.
damn
so,
lawyers.
so here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Here's the Jubilee, right? The Pepsi.
Yeah.
I like how he just says,
What's
look
that
here,
doing
is
on
a
your
Jubilee
1921?
Rolex
I'm sorry.
Patek
Do you have... No, that's safely tucked away, Kurt. It's sleeping. Have you any, like, would you, and I know Duco may have an alternative Jubilee bracelet that they would prefer possibly over this watch. But the second part of it is, if you didn't, let's say you didn't want to spring for a Rolex Oyster for this watch, where would you go? Would you go to Forster? Or
Wait,
I don't.
wait.
I don't
For
think they have
Rolex?
Rolex.
for Rolex?
No,
Rolex
dude.
is like.
Or you
gotta-
have to, you got to get the Rolex, right?
You
That's
probably
like- yeah,
gotta
that's-
go. And you wouldn't get it from Rolex, to be honest with you.
Well,
Like,
what
I
about
would-
strap code? Strap code has some.
Are they
This is
I
a
good?
bad
don't-
conversation.
Are they
Yeah,
good?
they actually are. They are. Yeah, I got a strap code, 5-link all brush Jubilee from for my Tudor GMT, the Blancpain GMT, and it is so much more comfortable than the OEM.
So you're talking about Tudor though.
Tudor, yeah,
No,
but they
that's
have
like-
Rolex as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Rolex Jubilee is like the pinnacle of watch bracelets.
It's also
That's
basically the same as the 5-link Tudor. Like, the basically.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you wanted to get, let's say you wanted to swap it out for an Oyster style bracelet, but you didn't want to get the Rolex Oyster bracelet, that's
Oh,
more likely, not the Jubilee.
Yeah, you know what? I would do a rubber, honestly. Get like one of
Yeah.
those. Get like
Definitely.
an
Everest.
Everest where you could swap out the rubber, and
That'd
then
be fine.
especially with if you can use your clasp, I think that's awesome. I
You
think
buy
Or-
the Everest, use the clasp that's on the Jubilee.
You,
But man,
You
you,
could-
So there's no Oyster alternative than getting an Oyster bracelet from Rolex. I mean, that's what I would do.
well,
Is get
well,
a,
I would,
No.
I would
get a
not get an
Rolex.
Oyster bracelet from Rolex. I would try to
Yeah,
get.
yeah, I agree.
I would work
That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
I would work the Marcos of the world.
Yeah.
Maybe not Marco anymore. I don't know if he does that sort of thing
You-
anymore. but-
you could do what I did for my sub, and I got Oyster. I mean, this is rubber, right? Oyster Flex. I got some end links, and then I just used my my deployant for my my Oyster bracelet. And that is a fun combo. And people are like, "What the fuck? How did you do that?" You know?
Yeah, but rubber
Gets
bead
a-
is so good. Somebody suggested rubber. SLC suggested
Yeah,
rubber.
SLC
bead. They're
selected.
so good. They're so good. Easy to size, easy to use. They're great. I love them. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know that you would go with an Oyster alternative that isn't Rolex for a Rolex.
It's interesting because I mean, you would do that. I've heard, and I think Duco, you've definitely done it, and some others for an Omega. You there's no issue doing that. You just
No.
Right. Okay.
So
So
it kind of does their bracelets in a certain way. Also, the materials would matter, right? So because it's that 904L stainless, which is feels softer, but it's like less corrosive. But it doesn't really matter. It feels different, is what the key point.
The Rolex, like if you've ever tried to take the Rolex bracelet off and then like put a NATO through it, it's damn near impossible. Like the spring bar is so close to the freaking case that like you have to buy something that is specifically made for that watch. Like there's like no room whatsoever. It's not like a Tudor. Like you could take a Tudor bracelet off and stick a NATO through there and it slides right through there. But with the Rolex, unless you have the old holes case, which is why I love the old holes case, you can do whatever you want. But the new Rolex, the modern Rolex, dude, that freaking spring bar is damn near wedged right up to the case. So there's not a lot of options for aftermarket.
Toyota Mo just breathed a sigh of relief.
Oh God, you were going to get a NATO? No, you can't do that. No, I mean, I think it's been said. Just if you're going to do it right. Get the waster.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do a NATO on that watch.
No.
I think a NATO on something like what Duco has with the Explorer, that'd be okay.
Yeah.
That might be the only one. That might be like the only Rolex at this point that you could put. I don't think Rolexes go on straps in general, unless it's a 19 whatever year that.
I don't. But there again, I don't think, man, dude, it would be so. Like I said, the damn spring bar is so close to the freaking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other problem. You have to have You almost have to have one of those tools. What is it? Where they have the double spring bar on it.
Yeah.
The little tweezers.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have an insert that you can put on those though. You can buy them. It's a metal insert that clicks in and it extends it so that you can get around that spring bar, and then you would be able to put a NATO on it and it will look normal because it's a solid end link. So
I am not putting a NATO on my Explorer.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
You're
looking at
how big of a super chat?
No NATOs on a Rolex. Let's just
no. Everything has a price.
Unanimous.
How big of a super chat would it take for Duco to put it?
I will
58. Yes, because it comes on a NATO.
I will personally, Cap, give you $100, Venmo, Zelle, cash, whatever, if you put a NATO on your day date.
Put it on the Vacheron.
How long does he have? Wait, how long does he have to wear it?
I put a NATO on the MIG.
Just take a picture of it, and then
I put a NATO on the MIG.
$100. Yeah, you got to do that, brother.
I'm not doing.
They should call him Captain Blasphemy. Is what they should call him.
Captain Christian Ward on a NATO. That's the watch.
Most Vacherons.
The only thing
a NATO.
Yeah, the only thing redeeming Cap right now is that 1921 that we know he has hiding out over there.
Right.
Put that on a NATO.
NATO on
That'd
a
be great on a NATO.
Yeah,
right.
NATO on a Ming. Leave it to Cap.
Oh my God.
How much have you been smoking tonight, Cap? NATO on a Ming.
Oh, hello.
Looks pretty good though.
Be really funny.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah,
it look bad.
If we could do it for like a charity, it'd be amazing. We do like a charity where like if people give enough money, like we take our most expensive watch that can fit a NATO and put NATOs on them. That would actually be good for charity. Right? That'd be hilarious.
I'll pay you $5 never to do that.
I mean, some of the watches could do it.
And I'm not going to sell my soul for $5 or $100. I have some integrity, man.
What if it's?
I want to see somebody put a Lemon. I want a Lemon on a NATO.
If you do it right, you're not going to damage it, right?
No, exactly. No.
Blake, you like Mings? You like Mings, right?
They're all right.
Bye, Duco.
Duco, you have a great night. Thank you again for joining us.
Bye, Duco.
You guys have a wonderful evening there in Louisiana. We appreciate it.
Thanks, boys. Got to go.
Have a good
and
one.
girls.
See
Jen,
you
thanks for
Sunday.
jumping on. Cap, Greek,
Duco.
Go save your daughter from herself, Duco.
I'm going. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Easy, man.
Yeah, that I still think that would be funny. We wouldn't do it, but it would be really funny to do like a charity thing where if you give enough money, you take like somebody, we have some people here with some pretty high level watches. It would be hilarious to see about NATOs.
That's exactly my point. I didn't think about the charity aspect, but
it has to be really ugly NATO, like a completely mismatched really ugly looking NATO. Just god
And then
awful.
you have to walk into the AD with it on.
Oh god, wrist candy. You gotta go like wrist candy. and
That's
find
what
the
I
worst
want to see.
colors.
Get you those hidden camera glasses. Like, hey, I need you to clean
you
my
gotta,
watch.
No,
you
you
help
gotta
me
do
take
it for
this
your
off?
whole. You have to do it for your whole collection, and then submit it for a TGV video. They'll be
So
like,
here,
"Ooh,
here's an interesting take from Julius Caesar. Hot take: I like Longines Hydro Conquest GMT bracelet more than the Rolex Oyster bracelet.
well, someone's got to pull it up because I don't know what that looks like."
Well, I could go get it.
I think you can pull it
Go
up.
Yeah, I was
get it,
gonna say,
Robert.
that's the one that you have, right?
I'll go get it. Yeah, hang on just a second,
Do
guys.
it.
You talk amongst yourselves.
That's good. Overseas bracelets, king.
I'm curious as to why you'd want to do that in the first place, though, Cap. Why do you want to take off your Jubilee and put an aftermarket Jubilee on a Rolex?
Well, I don't, because my question initially was oyster. Like, I want to get a second.
Okay. You want
And well,
okay.
actually, my question was twofold, because you guys know all about bracelets. So I was like, is there any that you could think of that would be better than? See, I'm a purist. Like, I don't mod. Like, I know you guys mod, like modding Seikos and modding, cars and all this mod stuff. So like, I'm stock. Like, I like to keep things stock. So I would, for my Rolex, I'm probably never gonna change any bracelet or, well, a 1908, which I'm not gonna get ever, but I wouldn't. I'd have a Rolex strap on it. Actually, for that, I might get something like a Jean Rousseau, but it's never gonna happen. I have the 1921, as you know, Kurt. So
I've heard about it. Yeah,
I've heard
I'm
about
36 years old, and I plan to buy it from Marco when I'm 40. So
yes, and Marco will give you a good deal, I'm sure.
Or he'll make me buy it at retail from their Vacheron.
Well, blow it up, Robert.
Here
we go.
I like that. I like H-Link like that.
And
it's a good looking bracelet.
The great thing about this is the adjustment here, and I'm not sure I can get it on camera, but
is it like
the
a push
adjustment is very, very easy to use. You just let me.
Even an old guy can do it.
I got to. It's hard for me to do this like upside down.
You're the only person I know who, like, literally the watch is always in focus, and your face is like, nope.
That's because so you push this and pull it out, and that's all there is to it. And it's really, really good. Yeah, that's because I cut off the autofocus and have a manual focus when I do watches here. Let me put the autofocus back on there and get my big ugly face off of there. There we go.
Got one of those high-tech web cameras.
That's right.
That's right. I thought it was like it doesn't recognize you as human, so it just
Yeah, that's exactly it.
The web camera's like, oh, a watch. Let me just focus in on this. This is very interesting.
Yeah, finally something good to look at. Jesus,
I was going to say, my
AI is out of control.
This AI is out of fucking control.
This AI is out of control. I love that quote, man.
This AI is out of fucking control.
I love that line.
There you
Look
go.
at the gut in that photo. Do you focus on the belly?
This is a fantastic watch, though, folks.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's a great piece, Robert.
Damn. Yeah.
Longines has really, really grown on me lately. Like, they're just they make a solid watch.
Longines has a good leadership team, and they have a good design team, and they are literally pushing the cart forward.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying?
I think I kind of wish that the Omegas, like the Seamaster, had a similar like the side. It wasn't scalloped like it is the sides of the bezel. I wish it was more like what Robert was showing. Like, it's much more grippy. Whereas, like, I find like if there's any amount of moisture on your hands, to turn the bezel is really difficult.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't even refocused myself yet. Jesus. Where's my head tonight? I don't know.
Yeah, Ollie, they listen to their customers, which is what a brand should do.
I don't think Steve Jobs said that. No,
On a side tangent.
Yes,
on a
ma'am.
side tangent. I don't know if you guys saw this, but on Instagram, Studio Underdog, after they released the latest watch that they did, he has a wall of hater comments that he's printed out.
Oh God.
And the video was him adding another hater comment to the wall. I love him. He is just like, he just does not care. He's like, whatever.
Yep.
I'm just going to laugh at you. Because
We're going to do what we're going to do.
Yeah,
Well, it's funny.
And the thing, yeah, like he's done so well. That pizza watch, they sold the crap out of that thing. Like to the point where they literally had to hire more staff and get a new building. Like,
Yeah,
it's nuts how much they've sold.
They're coming under fire because they've switched movements because they can't get the cheaper Seagull movement anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so they've switched up to is it a Le Joux Paret that they've gone to, or it's a higher grade?
No, it was a Salida
chronograph
501.
Yeah.
It's equal to the 7750, yeah.
Yeah, and so obviously because of that, their watch prices have gone from $400 to $1,400, $1,500, $1,600. And it's a lot of price increase all at the same time. And I understand why they have to do it, but wow. It's expensive. And I think they also got a lot of hate. Stefan brings up the Moser collab, and I think they've gotten a lot of hate about that because you can't get the Studio Underdog unless you buy the Moser, and both watches are $57,000.
That's pretty terrible.
I think that's a genius move for Richard and Studio Underdog, but for Moser, I don't understand that.
I actually don't understand it either way. You add, I don't know. It seems like you're better off selling them separately. But yeah.
Yeah, if Studio Underdog came out with, how many did they come out with these Mosers? Maybe like 100 or like 50?
No.
I don't know.
I think there's 100 of each or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but you when you buy them, you get both. So
it's
100 total.
double.
Yeah, 100 total pairs. Yeah,
Well,
so 100 people will be able to get that.
Well, what's the purpose that somebody's going to buy the Moser and be like, oh, or buy these together? You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense. Like, you're not going to buy the.
You put one in the vault and you wear the other one.
Or you put
The
one in
most
the
expensive
trash can.
one is in the vault, and you wear the other one that's close enough in style to the Moser that
Well, in all honesty, that price point, those are only Moser customers. Like, you're not going to have a Studio Underdog fan that's going to be like, I'm going to drop $57K, and get this the Studio Underdog or whatever. Like, so
It's like buy this watch. Here's an accessory watch. That's
it. So what happens when some of those are going to float? Maybe not a lot of them, but they're going to find their way onto the gray market. Do they find their way on as a set, or does somebody keep the Moser and sell the Studio Underdog one?
That one.
Yeah, I don't even like the Moser one either. The Moser one.
I like both of them. I think the passion fruit. I think it looks fucking nice, beautiful. Like, I was impressed. I was like, wow, I like that.
It's an interesting concept. Moser definitely likes to take risks, and I respect them for that. But not a fan of the design, the cuts, the date wheel, all that stuff. Like, I can see someone wanting to buy them and then flip the Studio Underdog to kind of
soften the
pain.
blow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of buying that perpetual calendar.
I think the thing is that perpetual calendar is probably. I'm guessing the perpetual calendar is probably so far underwater it probably doesn't help, right? Like, I can't imagine that these are going to go over retail. But I don't know. I mean, it's a Moser, so maybe it'll hold its value, but I doubt it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really holding their value that much nowadays, are they? The streamliners and all that.
No.
I haven't seen any Moser hold their value.
Did Moser open is it Moser that opened a boutique or a space in Manhattan recently, like a standalone?
It did, yeah.
It
I
did,
don't know
right?
if it was a permanent spot or a pop-up spot.
Oh, yeah, it might have been a pop-up spot. Yep.
I think like only the purple I think is over retail, but I think it's fairly new, right?
Search that up.
Yeah, has it been out a year so far? The purple streamliner.
Yeah, they're
I
looking
can't remember when it came out, but
because it's like a $20,000 watch, right? Like, but I think it goes for like 25, 24.
And how many of those did they make? Were they limited or?
The purple, I don't know if they were limited or not.
I don't know either. I don't follow it closely enough.
AB has a collab for you. Imagine an Invicta and Hublot collab.
That's just called a Hublot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hublot team looks for Invicta for inspiration, just so you know.
That might be the case. I don't know. I've seen a couple of their new ones and yeek. Yikes.
Yeah, it doesn't look limited. I think it's on their standard.
Yeah, Stephen, I agree. They're a great company, and they've got great people working for them, and their quality of their pieces are fabulous. I can't pay for anything like that. You know, that high horology. That's never going to be in my wheelhouse. But they are gorgeous watches. There's no doubt about that, and they're well made watches.
I think
Great
that
finishing, great movements, everything.
That Vanta Black Moser is pretty badass.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I would never personally ever buy it, but it's just a cool little art piece, whatever you want to call it, statement piece.
What about that entire Vanta Black watch they had on display? Like the case and the bracelet and everything.
Yeah. So that's the one. That's the one.
What you're talking about. That thing is sick.
I know.
Yeah, Robert is actually Stevie Ray Vaughan. They're actually you've never seen them in the same room at the same time.
My most expensive guitar, Ali, is $1,500, and they all go down from there. So I couldn't get a Moser for that.
What's that? A Fender, like a Stratocaster or something?
No, that's my Fender P bass, 1966 Fender P bass.
Dang.
You could get your Seamaster though.
Definitely get you a Seamaster.
Yeah. Yeah, the P bass, the P bass though kind of has a special place in my heart. It's kind of like, I don't really ever want to sell that bass. Well, I would sell all the other ones, but I wouldn't sell that one.
And a $1,500 bass that's a pretty good price. You're not gonna be able to replace it, especially not an old one. I mean,
no, not a 66.
No, they're really cool. Those are really good. And like Fender is the bass company, right? Like there's nobody who does it like that.
No, I mean, I've always been a Fender player. I've got a bunch of different models back there, but primarily I've played either Fender or Squire or Fender. My 5-string is a Squire, but that's a Fender company. So,
yeah.
Fender is the Grand Seiko to Squire's Seiko. There you go. That's kind of a proper comparison for you.
Epiphone is the tutor to Gibson's Rolex.
Robert's not playing a tune tonight, Ali. Sorry. I have to practice before I play anything on stream. I haven't actually played anything in about, I don't know, 2 years. So I'm way
do his best Les Claypool.
Oh God. There is no way. There's no way I can do less stuff.
Oh,
God, he's a fantastic player.
Anyway.
Super chat now for Robert to practice live on strip.
I'm in favor of that idea. I like that idea.
Yeah, you're going to get me in trouble.
Pick it up and play it.
There you go.
My name is Mud.
I mean, you've got all those guitars, those lovely guitars and basses sitting back there. Sorry, basses, probably. Sorry.
It'd be soothing to have him just playing a little background music, strumming in the strumming away.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I'll see what I can work out for a stream in the future.
Just play the intro, and we'll record it. And verbal,
the only
verbal clip it, and then boom.
Yeah.
Since I don't have an interface to get into the computer with the electrics, the only one I could play is the acoustic.
You can't. Yeah. Also, Seinfeld was played on a keyboard.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
But it's a slap-based sound.
Yeah. Very true.
Yep.
But if anybody's really old in here, like Cap, you might remember the intro to Barney Miller, which was played on a real bass. and it's a cool intro. Go look up the theme song
I
to
remember
Barney Miller.
Barney Miller, wasn't it? Dun 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 dun. dun.
It's bum ba-da-dum ba-da-dum
Ba-da-dum, bum 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 bum. Yeah, I remember that vaguely.
Come on, that's a bass song, I guess. No, the best my favorite bass line is "Schism" by Tool by far. That's awesome.
How about Flea?
Flea's okay. He's not as good as like there are better ones. Flea's pretty good.
And who's the Rush bassist? Getty?
Oh,
Geddy Lee.
Yeah.
Awesome. And he sings, which is really cool.
Since Halloween's coming up, you could always dress as Flea.
No, good. Yeah.
Or you could always undress as Flea. That's
like
more correct.
Family Guy. When
it's funny. I think the Chili Peppers have slowly risen up my ranks to become one of my favorite bands.
Their new stuff is really
of
good.
all time. I don't know. I don't even know their new stuff. I just stick to the old stuff, but I'm sure it's good.
Tobster McDonkey is correct. Victor Wooten is the king. Victor Wooten is the absolute most talented bassist in the world.
But as far as rock bassist and Whistle's up there, he was the bassist for the Who.
And Whistle, yeah.
Well, I still think if you're going rock bassist, you got to go Claypool. I mean, that whole band is a bass band. Primus is a bass band.
Or if you want to go way back, go Geezer Butler with Black Sabbath.
Nerd.
Hey,
I'm a nerd.
Who is the bassist? I guess their current bassist in Metallica. He seems like an animal. That guy,
yeah. I mean, except on Injustice for All, because there is no bass on Injustice for All.
Yeah.
Oh, there is, but apparently there was like a whole.
Because he replaced, I guess, their original bassist, who I don't know if did he die? I think, or did they kick him out of the band, or something happened?
I don't know.
With Metallica's bass. Okay, I thought you'd know Metallica, Kurt.
Oh yeah, Trujillo is the bassist right now. Yeah.
Oh, Trujillo. Yep. Trujillo.
So we've gone into bass talk from Watch Talk, but hey, I don't. Also, we're going to give you a 2-minute warning, my friends. So super chat now. And Captain will free pay something. No. But we would like you to get into the race. So if you want to get into the race, here's your 2-minute warning. I know we're going to add Jen G tonight because she's been nice enough for 3 weeks in a row to come on the panel. And we really thank you for coming on. We want you to keep coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Have a great time with us. We really enjoy having you here. So yeah, come on and let's see. Anybody else have anybody you want to add?
The more people we add, the less likely Captain is to win.
Yeah. Let's add Julius Caesar if he is.
As Jesus H. Christ. Because he's with us all. I'm sorry.
I'm okay with adding people. I'm going to lose anyway. So
let's add Julius Caesar because he's been very involved in the chat room tonight. So there's our
the wrong way.
This guy Stefan has been pretty active today.
I'm on board with that. I was going to say Stefan.
All right,
I second that motion.
So we'll put in those three. Yes, Jaco Pastorius, very nice. Yes. And his son is carrying on his tradition, and his son is terrific bass player. So our man Ali is in the room. We've got Dr. Bob's Nightmare with a $2 super chat. Boofing, never heard of it.
Maybe.
And $5 from AB. Just found the first Brazil nick on my most expensive watch while listening to you guys talk about basses.
Bezel nick.
Oh, bezel nick. Sorry about that, man.
What are the predictions for the race?
Look at Tariq is in there gifting 5 Watch Hangout memberships. Let me run over and see. Rad Time, JTM, Tester Twister, New Jacks City, and Shama Bashar are our winners of gifted memberships. So thank you very much, Tariq. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, Tariq, you're the man.
Nice.
Thank you, Tariq.
Of course, man.
Shamba Basher.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Good
All
job.
right. So I think unless there's anybody else who wants to get in right at the last second, I think we're ready to go. Ali is setting it for 44 seconds and turning down the audio and shuffling it for good measure. And away we go. We've got Uncle Mikey. Everybody's even. I'm not calling out everybody's name. Oops. He's readjusting the music, I think.
Time froze.
Oh, no, he froze. Okay.
Time is froze.
We can hear the music. We know they're going, but we can't.
I know it's up today because Captain's behind.
Yeah. Well, that's a good place to be. That's where you want to be.
It is.
That's right. Well, there he comes. Yeah, the purple hat.
Come on, Cap.
Come
So
on,
we've
Cap.
got
Come on.
AD.
Cap.
It was
Go,
AD
baby.
calling AD again.
Pour it on. Pour
And
it on.
JJ's
Oh,
mulling.
no.
Here's Biggie
Someone's
Sal.
coming in.
No,
Big
Biggie
Sal.
Sal,
Love Biggie
is our
Sal.
winner tonight.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. It's not
Why are they,
rigged,
like,
Dr.
leaning
Bob.
over when they lose? They're like,
Because they're sad that they're all
they don't look
losers.
sad.
Aw.
They're all so tired.
We want to
It's a
thank
nice
Ali
baseline.
for running the show in the back room and making sure that everybody gets on and everybody gets mentioned and running the race tonight and everything else. Thank you, Ali, for doing that. We want to thank Jen G again for coming on and giving us the female perspective of watch collecting. And
Thank you for having me.
extremely knowledgeable, so we thank you. Cap, thank you for coming on.
Thank you,
Kurt,
Robert.
thank you, my fellow Austinite. I'll see you Thursday night.
Yeah,
We're getting
better.
together and hanging out on Thursday night. Mr. Blake, I want to thank you. Tariq, thank you for coming on and thank you for giving those gifted memberships. And, of course, we want to thank Duco, who was here earlier, but had to do what sensible people do and go to sleep. So, anybody have any final thoughts while I'm trying to find the outro this evening? Oh, never mind. I just found it.
Goodbye.
Nobody gets to speak anymore. You
Wear your
guys have a
watches.
good night. Wear your watches, friends.
Wear your watches.
Come and get it! 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 You won't regret it in 2022 at Tip Top Snack Bar!
Opa!